I don't know if that's the best win in Yale basketball history, but I will tell you that's the best basketball team that we've beaten in Yale basketball history as far as I'm concerned. Auburn is one of the better teams in the country. I couldn't believe that they were a 4 seed in terms of what they've been able to do with their metrics. Tremendously talented, very well coached. And in watching them play, I was trying to find out a way and an avenue for us to be successful. And I don't know that we went down the avenue I was thinking about. We didn't make free throws and we turned the ball over. But the guys had enough guts and enough sticking together and staying together to give us a great victory. And I couldn't be prouder of my guys. I know everybody says that, but I actually really mean it. I couldn't be prouder, and I couldn't love these guys more than I do right now.
Questions for Yale student athletes? Go ahead.
Hey, John, you were 28 points, lights out there. Just talk about how you were feeling in that moment, just the whole March Madness.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a great opportunity to be here. And I think, you know, after I hit my first couple of shots, obviously the floodgates opened. But I'm just so glad that, you know, we had this opportunity first and could capitalize on it today.
Oh, thank you. Ben Rabb, Yale Daily News. August, Matt, you guys are the seniors on the team that just won your second March Madness game in school history. What's it mean, you know, to be those guys?
August, the dream come true. Like, every basketball player grows up watching March Madness the day they're old enough to know what it is, and you see Cinderella stories all throughout every year, and you see like the underdog win some big games, and it's a dream come true when you come to a school like Yale to not only make it but to win that game. And like you said, as a senior, this is my last chance. I don't have a grad year, and to do it with this locker room, with this guys that each and every one I love so deeply, and I look at them as brothers. Like it's not gonna hit, it hasn't hit yet, but I'm sure when it's all said and done, I'm gonna look back and be really proud. And yeah, it's just really special. And I'm lost for words a little bit.
Matt?
Yeah, piggybacking off that, obviously this is an amazing feeling, but you know, we're not done. Like, we're gonna celebrate this one today, but we have more work to do on Sunday, and you know, we don't want to stop here. We want to keep going. So.
Kyle Waniger with ESPN. This is really for any of you. Maybe you can all chime in here. Beyond what it means for the Yale community, this is the second straight year that the Ivy League champion has beaten a Power 5 champion in the first round of the tournament. What is that? What do you think that says about the caliber of play in the league? And then, given they also, when Princeton went to the Sweet 16 last year, how much do you guys kind of pay attention to that and feel like you guys are capable of doing something similar? Thanks.
August?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it just goes to show how special our league is and how good we are. Like you said, Princeton made the Sweet 16 last year, and we were at home. They beat us in the championship, and each and every one of the guys in the locker room were just itching to get our opportunity, and our opportunity presented itself, like John said, and we know how good we are, so we believed, every single person in that locker room believed that we were going to get it done, and we're not done yet.
John?
Yeah, we have a very undervalued league. I know everybody saw what Princeton did last year, obviously, and even this year. They had a tremendous season. Cornell, almost went up to Ohio State and beat them. So like I said, we have a really undervalued league, and for us to, come into this building today against a top 10 team in the country and perform how we did, I'm very proud of everybody in our locker room.
Matt?
Yeah, I think they covered it. We can hoop, and we know that. And now we're able, 2 years in a row, we've been able to show the country that the Ivy League can compete with anybody in the country. So to be able to be a part of that this year and to get a win in the NCAA tournament is pretty cool. So.
More questions for Yale student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss these three and turn questions to Coach once they've left the stage.
They get it right. Thank
you. Questions for Coach?
James Torman Aldrich with the Argonaut. I was just informed that your guys' band wasn't able to make it, so the University of Idaho's band stepped in. Just kind of what they were able to provide for you guys out there tonight. They got a lot of work in a little bit of time to be able to be up here today.
Yeah, I saw them out there, and they had their sheets so they knew the music in terms of what to play was great. And having that atmosphere and people coming out supporters, there's nothing better than that. And we can't appreciate them more than to be Bulldog fans. And a lot of times when you're on the road and you're the underdog, a lot of time the crowd goes in your favor, and that helped a little bit tonight too.
Kyle Bonneger with ESPN again. I asked the players about what this says about the quality of the league. Could you kind of address that in a similar way?
Yeah, I was biting my lip ready to talk about that. So, the league is really good, and because of the metrics and how it works, we don't necessarily get an opportunity to be seen in the same light. We really struggle with schedule. We were fortunate to play Kansas and Gonzaga on the road this year, but I can't tell you last time we had a quad one team play at Yale. So it's hard to get those wins, especially if they're the only opportunities you have are few, and then they're on the road. So our league plays at a very high level, very good teams, very good coaches from top to bottom, very good players from top to bottom. So it's no wonder to me why we were able to do this and why Princeton was able to do it last year. And I said this before, that 2 years ago we won the Ivy League championship and we played Purdue in the first round. But I think that Princeton was the best team in our conference, and we were fortunate enough to win that championship. Last year, I think we were the best team in the conference, and Princeton beat us in the championship game, and they went to the Sweet 16. So in my mind, we could have had two teams in the tournament good enough to win games. So very proud of our league and what we've done, and hopefully it continues to move in the right direction.
Coach, what does it say about the grit of this team and really the team culture? You came back from down 6 with seconds on the clock against Brown. This game trailing by 10, fought back in the game's final minutes. What's special about this team? Well,
I'll tell you what's great about it is that I was out of timeouts in both games. So the guys were like on the fly, and they had to figure it out, and a lot of communication, a lot of leadership out there, and toughness that you have to have. One of the things we talked about in the locker room before the game was that this is a very tough team that we're going to play, and they're going to try to punch you in the mouth. And they jumped on us 10-2, I think it was the start, and we were fortunate enough to dig back. And when you're resilient and you have an opportunity to come back in a game, so you kind of start believing. And I think our guys believe that, hey, we can get something done. And in the ease in which it took us to score against Brown was nothing short of amazing. Just the calmness of my team, and then the way we were calm tonight was really good, and speaks volumes of how well they prepared and how hard they work.
Just a quick follow-up. Can you talk a bit about Samson and
the hard work paid off, and then some as we look at Yale and their wins in the NCAA tournament. Only 2. But they will be talking about this one for a very long time. Both times they were double-digit seeds. Took down Baylor, Big 12, and then Auburn here in 2024 from the SEC. Both games went down to the wire, 79-75, 78.